you know the laws, right?
Right? Yep.
Do you consider what you do, again, no shame, like sex work? Like, would you classify it as sex work?
Yeah, I would. The very first time the New York Post called and did an interview and they called me a sex worker, I was shocked. Because I was like, how is me posting just nude photos of me on the internet like sex work? Like I get it now, but in that moment of my life, I was like, oh my gosh, like what? This is crazy. But yeah, I consider myself a sex worker. I consider myself a porn star. All of it. I own all of it.
This is why I love you dearly. I wish everybody just in life owned it. I always say that. I don't
Yeah.
care if you're A, B, C, D, just own what you are.
Yeah.
I mean, all, I always like the lies and whatever story and backstory and public appearance you give yourself. Like, that's got to be exhausting for people to keep up with when it's all
It is.
facade, right?
And it's exhausting internally. Like I felt that when people are like, "So you're a porn star," and I was like, right," because we have so many stigmas. And then I was like, "Wait a second. If I can help break away the stigmas that people have of what sex workers are, what porn stars are, right? Because you think that they're like a drugged out person on the corner, like it's the only option that they had in life. And I was like, to show you that, like, I'm a mom, I'm a wife, I'm very well educated. This wasn't my only option. And I'm a great human being. And I also do this thing that society has said is so taboo.
And it becomes work, right? Like you're in
Yeah,
work mode and then you're not in work mode.
exactly.
So,
Exactly.
why do you think in 2023 there is still such a stigma associated with OnlyFans, sex work, naked pictures? Like, why?
I think religion has played such a huge role. And I say religion, not God, because I feel very spiritual in my life. But I feel like religion has told us so many things that, like, our bodies are shameful, sex is shameful, like, you should only be having sex if you're reproducing. Like, there's just so much, and it goes so deep. And it's so generational that it gets like passed down to passed down to passed down that it's like we're trying to break and work against generations of trauma.
Do you go to church now? Like, I'm not religious at all. I mean, I'm Jewish, but regardless, Jewish, Catholic, I'm just not very religious. I have my own issues
Yeah.
with organized religion, but like, do you go to like church? Like, are you close with your parents? Like, are there people in your family that are still really religious that have problem with reconciling this?
I do not go to church. I'm open to church. I'm not against it. I just haven't found one that I felt fit what I'm looking for in a community. Um, and so no, I don't go to church, but I do feel very like spiritual, like believe very much in God. And as far as like family, I'm not close with my like biological, like my parents, but that was like not because of OnlyFans. That's like my whole life an issue. That's a whole different podcast episode.
We can do
um,
that one next. Yes.
but I'm very close with my extended family. Some of them are very religious, and but they're very loving and accepting of me. And they're like, if you're happy, if you're like making a ton of money, like do you. Whatever makes you happy, do it.
What do you show on OnlyFans? Like, is it just pictures besides like the dick ratings? Like, do you do videos? I mean, like,
I do
what
it
is it?
all now. I literally am a porn star. Like I create content with my husband, and then I do shoot content with other females.
And then could people, like you say, private message you and say, like, is it like a negotiation of like, hey, I would like this or this
Yeah,
type of video? And you're like, okay,
yeah.
what would you like to give me? And they're like $100 and you say, LOL, I'm not doing that, and they say 1,000. Like, is it that type of back
I
and
have
forth?
I have essentially like a menu. So like here's the starting place. So like if you went to a restaurant and you're like, I want to have this burger, and then you were like, I want avocado, and they're like, oh, $1.50 extra. It's like that, right? So it'd be like, here's my baseline custom price. And then if you want to add special things to that, then like the price goes up. So and then we kind of negotiate. They'll be like, I want this, and not there's certain things like I have my boundaries like everyone, and I'm like, I don't do that, but I do this. So yeah.
What's something you just wouldn't do?
I don't do anything with like poop or peeing personally. I love that for every other people. I'm not a kink or a fetish shamer. But that's just not my thing.
Poop is kind of where I draw the line myself, to be honest with you.
Right? Yeah, it's
That's,
not it for me.
yeah,
The
that's just, it's not my thing.
yeah.
Is there something like to that point? Like, I mean, we all have a price. Like, I don't know. I don't think I would do
Like,
anything with poop, but I mean, if you want to give me, I don't know, I'd have to think of the price. I can tell you, I do have a price that could involve
sure.
poop. Like,
Right.
I mean, really, I don't know what that would be. I would need a minute here, but there is a price. I have a price for
Sure.
everything. I mean, as long as it's legal.
Right. I
So, I
mean,
mean, like,
yes,
is that how
though.
it is?
Yeah, yeah. Sometimes I'll be like, huh, is this something that I would be willing to do? And like you said, like what is the price? Is it like, for multiple five figures, like would I poop in a jar and send it? Possibly. The only thing that I have like a hard no on is people will sometimes want like saliva or like teeth, and I don't want anything that has like my DNA in it. I'm just like, I don't know if you could do something with this, but I don't know enough to be like, I don't know. That's a no for me.
When you say poop, I know just what you're talking about. What do you mean by teeth? Like they actually want you to pull a tooth out and send it?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that I don't even think I don't think that has a price for me. Poop has a price, but not, I don't want to like cut
Teeth
a
is it.
finger.
That's
Well,
no.
I mean, like anything that I have to like hurt myself or I don't want to lose a tooth, even in the back.
Right? I'm like, I
Then,
hate that. Even with,
yeah,
I mean, I got veneers now, but I'm like, I still need something for the veneer to be connected to. So that's not going to work out.
yeah, anything like that.
Yeah.
Is there a way, because you hear of all these celebrities that are on, like, like Denise Richards, like
Yeah.
Larsa Pippen, like, I mean, there's others. Like, is there a way to go on OnlyFans and just not show any nakedness? Is that a whole
Sure.
world? Because they all say that,
Absolutely.
yes.
Yeah, absolutely. OnlyFans has created a whole separate section called OnlyFans TV, which is completely safe for work content. Which is like cooking, workouts, like
Yeah, that's what I
daily life.
heard.
Um, and a lot of like the celebrities too will have it towards just their personal life, right? Like here's the behind the scenes of my full day, which is amazing because I think so many of us want to know anyway. We're all tuned in to keeping up with the Kardashians because they show their personal lives. And so if you could pay to see that day by day before it's gone to editing, waiting for the next episode, I think a lot of people would actually pay for that. So yeah, there's totally a way. And if you don't have the celebrity status, there's still ways for you to make money and not show things. I have a client who's an author and she uses the platform to release chapters of her book. So it's like it's we always say it's either for exclusive content or explicit content. So whichever one that you want to offer or both.
Really like Patreon, like you can give
Yeah,
things ahead of time. It's very similar to that, or just things you would only show on OnlyFans.
exactly. Exactly.
Interesting. Yeah, because like Denise and like Larsa, they do, like Larsa says she shows her feet. Denise, like they do show a lot.
That's
They
a
just,
huge market.
that's
The
what she
female
said.